What is going on, YouTube? Yes, that is right. There is a major flaw with this car. I love the car. I will be putting out a video soon about the pros and cons, everything I love, everything I dislike about this car. But there is one huge fault that I cannot believe that Toyota did with this car, and that is the heating system here in the winter. We're getting a lot of snow here today. We've actually got like 3 feet of snow. It's pretty crazy, but it gives me a good opportunity to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to talk about the heating system or lack thereof. Welcome back, guys. If you aren't already subscribed, please do that before and smash that thumbs up button. I'll wait. Thanks a lot for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. Now we can continue on. So the ambient temperature right now is 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And the problem with the heating system inside this 2021 Toyota Rav4 Prime is that it will not heat the car on EV mode if the air temperature outside is below 20 degrees. It seems like 20 degrees is the magic cutoff. If you're above that, you're fine. The heating system will still work. But below that, the heat pump that's in this vehicle will not operate, will not give you any hot air on EV only. The only way to get hot air at that point is to use the gas engine. And it sucks because most of my trips on any given day, even here in the winter, can be done on EV only. So I can drive around all day long and I will not get any heat unless I turn on the gas engine. This even applies if I preheat the vehicle, which is what I'm going to start with here now. I'm going to preheat the vehicle using the remote key fob, which I don't have with me. It's outside the house. So I'm going to preheat the car and I have 2 thermostats inside the vehicle that I can read inside the house. Later in this video, I'm also going to be testing some driving around, and I'll show you guys the temperature inside the vehicle as we're driving it in EV mode, and then I'll show you exactly what you need to do to get heat in this car, which is, again, using the gas engine, unfortunately. All right, but God, it's cold. I'm going inside, and we'll remote start the car from inside the house. Hey guys, so it's a few days later. When I shot that last video, we had just got this monster storm, so I got busy plowing and stuff. I wasn't able to finish that up, but it actually also warmed up to over 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is only a problem if it's below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So I couldn't do the test then, but it's a few days later now, and we're gonna do the test again. I have 2 thermostats in the car, like I said before. I have an Eve degree, which is a Bluetooth thermometer connected to my phone, and then I have like a little weather station sensor out there. So this one says it's 12 degrees inside the car, and this one says it's 13 degrees. Outside right now, it is 7 degrees Fahrenheit without the wind chill. So it's a little bit warmer inside the car because we are actually getting some sun. So that's why the temperatures inside the car are slightly warmer. But what I'm going to do right now is use the key fob, hold the remote starter feature. It just says hold AC, so it's a little button, you hold that down. Unfortunately, this remote almost never works. The car is only 25 feet away, but it almost never starts from inside my house. I just put out a video with all the things that I dislike about the vehicle, and the remote is definitely one of them. It just, it's frustrating. It just almost never works. But I'm going to hold it down. I'll see if the lights flash. No, so I'll probably have to go out there. I've even opened this window before and held this out the window, and it still won't start just from 25 feet away. So I'll have to get my stuff on. I'll go outside and remote start this vehicle so we can do this test. All right, here we are outside. It's quite bright out here. We have the sun out, which is awesome. We're gonna make some solar power today. So here's the car, here's the remote. I'm gonna hold this button. It just says hold AC. This is a button on all of our cars that you can remote start your vehicle if you want. I believe it starts on the same settings that you had it on when you left. And I had the heat on full blast all the way up, but the eco button was also on. I'm pretty sure that comes on as default. So aside from going outside to push the button and then going back inside, which in that case you might as well just start the car then. So I don't think there's anything I could do about that. This isn't gonna work anyway. I don't know why I'm wasting all this time. All right, here we go. I'm gonna remote start it. This damn remote. Oh my God. So I'm glad I got this on film, actually. Just holding the button down, the lights should flash. And they're not. This is what I was talking about in the video I just released, about the 10 things that I hate about this car. I don't know what is going on, but here. There we go. So I don't know if you saw those lights flash. Finally remote started. I'm really glad I got that on film because a lot of people didn't believe me, but there it is. The key fob sucks, and it's only 6 months old, and it was like this from the start, so it's not like the battery in this thing is dead. It just sucks. I don't know. So here is the noise for the heat pump. It's not that loud yet, but it definitely does get very, very loud. And it's not the end of the world. It's fine. But if you're bothered by noises, some people seem like they are, just keep that in mind that the heat pump is quite noisy. All right, but we'll let that go for a while. I think the remote start feature runs for like 15 minutes. So we'll have to come back out here later and check it and see if it's still running. But we can go monitor the temperatures inside. And I'm sure I'm going to be able to show you guys that it is not getting any warmer inside. I think right now it's about 8:45 a.m. So we'll time this out and see if it gets warm. All right, I just got inside right now. The time is 8:53 actually, and it shows 13 degrees Fahrenheit on the one display. And then over here, this is Bluetooth, and it looks like we lost the signal, unfortunately. So it looks like we will have to rely on this temperature here, which is fine, it's accurate. The right number is the indoor temperature because it's sitting here on the cold windowsill. And the exterior temperatures I just checked are 10 degrees. So now it is up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, I'm back for about a 12-minute update, something like that. Temperatures have gone up just slightly inside the vehicle, but not nearly as much as it really should have, or as it would if you had a remote starter in pretty much any other vehicle. But we're up to 17 degrees Fahrenheit. I think we started off at 13 degrees, so just a 4-degree increase. Part of that could also be that the sensor is sitting up on my dash, and it's facing directly south, and we have full sun right now, so a lot of that stuff could also be affecting this as well. The outside temperature has increased a few degrees. It is now up to 14 degrees Fahrenheit outside. But hopefully you can understand and see this, that the remote start feature is not going to warm up your car. It is not going to be 60 degrees when you get in there. It's still going to be very cold. I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll go outside. I'll see if the heat pump is still running, because I'm pretty sure it's all going to shut off in about 15 minutes. I haven't read the manual, but we'll go out there shortly and we'll see if it's still running. Well, it has been 15 minutes now. The car has shut off. So without reading the manual, I guess it does have a 15-minute run timer when you remote start the vehicle. Sorry I'm squinting a lot. My sunglasses are inside the car, and I just never grabbed them. So now we're going to take a trip. We're going to do a lap around my block on electric only, and we'll see if it warms up at all. I'll turn off the eco mode, and then after that, we'll take a lap on gas. But with that said, let's get in the car and head out. Wow, this actually doesn't usually happen, but I got inside the car and the gas engine immediately turned on. That's weird. I usually can drive the vehicle on electric only and be cold because there's no heat or anything, but the gas engine just turned right on. So I don't really know why that changed, but that's just the one weird thing about these plug-in hybrids and everything. It's just you have no control when the gas engine turns on or off or any of that stuff. It does look like the gas engine is not delivering any power to the car, so that's interesting. I've showed you guys this in my other videos, but on the display here, it shows the engine and it shows that it's blue, signifying that it's cold. Then it, of course, like any hybrid, it shows arrows where power is coming from, where it's going to, and there's no arrows going to or from it or anything. I'll be interested to see if it delivers any power to the wheels after it's warmed up. I wonder if the gas engine just turned on to heat the cabin here, which is interesting. Again, that actually has never happened. I've been driving this car all winter long, pretty much exclusively in EV mode, just freezing my ass off. So just from being in here, my EVE degree, I don't know if you can see that, says 26 degrees. So it is warming a little bit. It's probably partly my body temperature, and it's right here, right next to me. And like I said, it was also had kind of a greenhouse effect because the car was facing south. So we'll see what happens. Oh, now it looks like the gas engine is still blue. The icon is still blue, but it is delivering power to the wheels and the battery. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. I was hoping just to do a test on just electric for this trip. I really just have no idea why I've been able to drive most of this winter without the gas engine, and just go figure, this time it turns on. I don't know. All right, we still don't really have any heat yet. It's been a few minutes of driving and it's still not warm at all. I do have the eco mode. Oh wow, the gas engine just turned off. Okay, interesting. I was just about to say the eco button is still on, so I'm going to turn that off and see if that gives us any heat. So again, right now, because the gas engine is turned off, we are on high voltage battery power only, and it is still below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. The car right now says it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which lines up with what I was getting from my weather station on my control panel inside my house. Still not really getting any heat at all, but we'll do a little more driving and see what happens. All right, we are at the 7-minute mark for this test drive, and just now the Eve degree stepped up to 33 degrees. It had been at 26 degrees so far this entire road trip. Yeah, so yay, it's increased to just slightly above freezing temperature. But just to put this in perspective, if you have a short commute, you are not gonna have heat in your trip. And then if you decide to use the gas engine will give you heat if you're using that to propel the vehicle. But like I said in a video I just released, using the gas engine to warm up is the most inefficient way to use the gas engine. To put it in terms of mile per gallon, when a car's gas engine is warming up, you are getting the worst fuel economy possible. It's usually 10, 15 miles per gallon. It's really bad, and then obviously even less if it's a truck or something that already gets poor fuel economy. But with this car, you're probably getting 10 to 15 miles per gallon using the gas engine. So here you spend all this money on a plug-in hybrid, something that's part electric. You're not gonna have heat, and if you decide in the winter that you do want heat, you're gonna be in the same position as if you just bought a hybrid or even a gas car. It's just unfortunate that that's how it is. Gas engines are really inefficient when they're warming up. All right, I'm not gonna spend any more time on this electric test. I think it's proven at this point that you're not gonna have heat in 20 degree temperatures or less. So I'm gonna turn around and head back to my house, but right now I'm going to turn on the gas engine. So I just turned on the hybrid mode, lost my thermometer. I'll put this back up right here at the vent. I'm just probably a mile from home. I bet it's gonna warm up, but we'll find out here shortly. Again, I do have the eco button off. I have the fan on about midway, and I have the heat level all the way up. Well, I actually just drove a couple extra miles because it's still not warmed up. So looking at the timer on my camera, I've driven about 16 minutes now, and the car still isn't warm. The temperature display says 33 degrees. The outside temperature says 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's still cold in here. So it is weird because the gas engine will heat up the car. Maybe I have to drive a little bit longer, but I don't really feel like doing this test and being cold anymore, so I'm gonna call it. But hopefully that gives you guys an idea that you're not gonna be warm with this car. It's very disappointing. I know I live in upstate New York and I should be used to being cold, but I don't really like being cold. And even with my Tesla Model X, I would crank the heat even though I would lose range with it. I like being warm. So it's been disappointing. All in all, the car is still good. I will have a video coming out at some point with everything that I do love about the vehicle, but the heating system is definitely a big dislike. I wish they did better with it. Oh well, just like everything I do, I just put this stuff out there to help you guys and make you guys more educated in case you're interested in this vehicle. I do that with all my cars, all my stuff I have going on. But hit subscribe, hit like if you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.